afternoon, everybody. My beautiful, beautiful, beautiful souls. Good afternoon. How you doing? Okay, I don't know. Wait a minute. Hold on. Maybe you couldn't even hear me. How are you guys? Oh, hello, 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 hello to the people. Okay, so I choose to be guided. Listen, so today, you are, first of all, you are the beat. You are God's heartbeat. That's what comes to me. You're God's heartbeat. And you've been grounded. You've been on this journey or getting ready. Okay, Lord, getting ready to step into another phase of your life. And it's happening very, very fast. But as fast as it is happening in the spirit, divine is wanting you to stay in the flow, get into the seat of it, and allow yourself to stay in the flow. Get grounded. Go put your foot in the sand, in the water. Go. If you don't have it outside, go step on the grass. Get in meditation, even the guided meditations where you can hear the flow and the water going and things of that nature. Allow yourself to embrace those opportunities as well, because my baby, it's happening so fast. So it's not for you to just like get off track to, you know, it may feel a little uneasy, and the first thing to come out, look, compassion, mercy, diplomacy, potential. Your beliefs and assumptions are validated, showing that you are on the right path. Like I just said, you are on the right path. Embrace your talents and gifts, using them to benefit both the world and your own prosperity. Serve others with kindness and generosity, as your potential is boundless. Stay in the flow. And you got 2020 vision like the ego, okay? Like your vision is on point. You are on point as it relates to your journey. Spirit say you've already gone through the phase where you lost everything. You've already been through that. I describe that as the first period of the 4-period process in spiritual pregnancy, in that journey. And you have already, you've already gone through that. And in that part, you had to come into the realization, the acceptance. Spirit said one more of this. To accept exactly what you had to let go. You had to be okay with it. You had to come into the experience of being okay with letting it go. Some of the things that you saw that you had to let go, it was not favorable for you. You did not want to let it go, right? But you yourself, you are so amazing. You kept your high vibes, accepted the fact that you were going into another level, and you stayed balanced. The spirit is saying stay balanced, because it's like it's a really quick process. You're going so fast, it's easy to get off track. It's easy to fall off the map. It's easy to fall off the seat. Can you imagine riding? I remember one time being on the back seat of a motorcycle, and it was going so fast. I was so scared. I was scared if I let go, I am going to flip. I was just so scared, right? And they were going fast. Okay, so imagine going fast and you don't have any type of support around you. You're just going at the speed of light, no hands holding on to anything. This is the type of scenario that you're in. You've already lost everything. You've already accepted. You've actually gone into the process where you are actually working on your vision. You're working in that process. You're in the planning and development stages of that. That's what you're working on. Spirit says slow down. Now, when I hear slow down, what I hear also is this. In the process, once you really find out, okay, thank you, Holy Spirit. Okay, once you really find out what your life's true purpose is, it can be very exciting and you want to take off running, right? The first thing you want to do is run for the border, like really get to doing whatever it is that you're supposed to do. Like, oh, wow, I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be doing that, right? And so you want to run and take off running, but the spirit is like, no, I need you to come back for a minute. I need you to slow down, baby. I know you know now. The clarity that is received in the moment after you have gone through the shedding process. Okay, Holy Spirit, the shedding process where, okay, I'm letting it go. I describe that and parallel it to natural pregnancy, where in the first period where our bodies are becoming hormonally adjusted to the process of being pregnant, many of us go through severe, I went through hyperemesis, where you're vomiting all the time and you're regurgitating. In the spirit realm, in the spiritual sense of this journey, when you say I want to go higher, divine say, okay, all right, thank you very much. Your soul is jumping for joy inside of you. Okay, your soul cannot, they are so ecstatic that you want to listen, that you want to follow and be guided, and that they are not going to be stuck in a vessel that is not listening, okay, not willing to be guided, which has to be the most frustrating scenario ever. So you are in this process, my dear. But you got to slow down so that you can get the instruction. And yes, you may know what you know. You may be the king or the queen of the most. Okay, that's cool. But what does divine say for you? What is the path and the direction that divine is going to lead you in this process? It may not be what you know. 9 times out of 10 is not what you know. It's something more profound. So even the direction, it's like you may say, well, I know that I'm supposed to be a teacher. So guys, get ready. I got to go to school. I got to call, Professor Professor George. You know what I'm saying? And divine is like, no, I don't need you to call either one of them. I don't need you to do anything. Matter of fact, I don't even want you to go to school. You don't have to go to school. I want you to follow how I'm going to lead you. And I am a witness that things will come to you. You don't have to fight for it. So divine is want you to not try to have a power struggle with the journey and with the flow. Like you're in the cup of the flow, but yet you want to pull and toss and pull and no, that's not, I don't want to be, you don't want it to be. No, I'm not going to say you don't want it to be. You just find it's too, the way you're being guided, it's like, oh, where's it take all of these? The way you're being guided, it's like too easy for you. It's like, it can't be this easy. If it was this easy, then I would have been done this, right? Well, it's time for you, my dear, to stay grounded. Okay, you are starting fresh. Lessons learned. It says lessons are learned, baby. The lessons are learned. And then you have good luck here, which is balance. We have 4, 4, 4, 4, and this, and we have 11, and we have 8, and then we have 9 here, which is 10. That's interesting. The lessons are learned. You are on the right track. Okay, look at this. You are protected. Journey is protected, and the choices that you make. Don't be upset about any choice that you make, for in all cases, you have just become more knowledgeable of your true self, thereby giving yourself an opportunity to transform and also for others to be inspired by your journey for them to be transformed. Oh, this is 444 all on the table. I'm just trying to tell you. Okay. Yeah. 444. And this is 1313 is 44. Started off with 40, started from the bottom, now you're here. So you had to slow down, stay high vibing, understand that you are protected, your choices are protected, your vision is protected, and you're starting fresh. You're flying like the eagle. You're getting ready, going right on up in there. That's what you're about to do. You're about to go on up in there because the lessons are learned. And you have good favor. Look at this. Great blessings again. That's 24. 2112. You can look at it however you want to look at it. How do you want to skin this cat? 42, 30, 33. I like to look at them as parallel. So 2112 is right on the flip side. So it's like the world is turning. As the world turns, it's coming all around full circle, but you're going to be higher than what you were before. Four is a big deal right now. I don't know. Are you 44? I don't know. 4 is a really big deal. Have you been in a journey for 4 years? You know, what is it? Because this right here, we got 9 and then we have 10. This is 9 times 4 is what? 36. Then you got 36, which is 9, and then 10. It's going right. You're right on track. You're right on track. So I want you to stay in those high vibes and stay positive because you're right on track. Yeah, you are. You've gone through that shedding. You have gone through the shedding. Look at that. 7 times 4 is what? 28. 28 what? Is 10. It's the end of a cycle. And you have persevered. You have definitely persevered in this journey. Oh, baby. No, nobody said it would be easy. You see, I didn't know if I was going to take that or not. I didn't know what I was getting ready to do. Nobody said it would be easy. How you want to skin that cat? However you want to do it, baby. That's right. Thank you, Holy Spirit. This is so amazing for you. And I understand. So I believe that we have a couple of people here in terms of the collective. You got somebody that has just come out of what I described in the book as the first period of the process of spiritual pregnancy. So you've just gone through the, why did I lose everything? Okay. Why did everything go? How did I lose control of my entire life? It's like that type of vibe. Like, how did this happen? Right. And then, so you've come into this space where, okay, you probably went through some experiences of feeling depressed and down and literally feeling like you were about to lose your mind because you knew good and darn well how things were just on the other side of those railroad tracks. And now it seemed like everything went out of whack, right? But you've come into a place where you're right at that door of the opportunity where it's a long period, because in this particular next phase, there's this divine guidance and you learning really how to listen on a whole nother perspective, how to take chances on what you're listening to, because it can be very difficult listening because we are not used to hearing some of the things that divine will guide us to do, because it's way off track from what we've been used to, right? It's way different. So then what the spirit wants you to do, not do, I should say, is don't go trying to talk to everybody. This is for the person that is coming out of the first period. You've already said you wanted to go higher. You've already accepted the fact that you had to let go of this, that, and the third. And now you're getting ready to go into the listening and following instructions. And it can be a bit different for you, right? It could be tough. So I feel you. I understand that. I just thought about that. 33, which is 6, 6. So it's 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. That's 6, 6, which is 12. Wow. And then 6 times 4, which is 24, breaks down to a 12, right? And then again, 3. So anyways, I'm looking at these numbers. So right here, you have a clever energy. Now, this person who has, you're getting ready to rise like the eagle. The other person, everybody in the journey, you have to follow how you're guided. You have to look at it, be willing to look at it from a bird's eye view. This morning, what came to me, wow. So this morning, it kept coming to me that the energy from your current perspective is more powerful than anything you say or do. And the same goes for somebody else. Energy from your current perspective is more powerful than anything you say or do. So if you are finding yourself confused about someone's place in your life, and your reason for not letting go is because of what they are doing, yet you feel otherwise. So you're doubting your feeling because you watch what they do. I need you to understand that the energy of your current perspective is more powerful than anything you say or do. And the more you stay grounded and really stick to the earth of it, the beat of the drum of the divine flow, the beat of the drum of the divine flow, the more you stay in that, the more sensitive you're going to become to everybody's intentions. You're not crazy. You're not losing your mind. You're in the flow. It is what it is. You're feeling what you're feeling for a reason. And if you're feeling that and you're not sure, back away from a minute. Back away so that you can get a bird's eye view. Back away from a minute for a minute so that you can see what you need to see. What you saw, but you don't want to admit that you saw it. You don't want to admit that you felt what you felt because it doesn't make sense for what they're doing. Don't get it twisted. The energy from your current perspective is more powerful than anything you say or do. God, show me this person's intentions and make it plain and clear for me. Show me their intentions and make it plain and clear for me so that I am sure, right, which direction I should take. Then, and slow down for a minute. Slow down, allow yourself to slow down so that you can hear and feel, come on, the divine will. Because that frequency is the one that you want to be most profound, because it's going to guide you, it's going to protect you. Just today, I was getting ready to do something on in my work. And I literally the spirit was like, don't do that. And I'm like, what do you mean don't do that? Like, I really have been waiting to do this. I need to do this. Like, this doesn't even make any sense because this looks perfect for me. It looks so perfect. And it doesn't make sense. Why are you telling me not to do this? This is what I was saying. I was having this conversation not long before I got on here. Like, why? So divine was like, I had to slow myself down. Because at any point in the journey, we can get really, really excited to move forward, to push the green button and divine and say, no, I need you to slow down for a minute. You don't see what is seen and what is done in the background. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that way. What I found out after I had to pause, slow down, take a step back, divine had me to look to reflect on some other things that I had stated and that needed to be done that were much more of a priority. I had totally forgotten about it. It was nowhere in my mind at that time. I mean, what you mean? What you mean don't do this? That doesn't even make sense. Like, wait a minute, is this God talking to me? I can hear y'all. Like, is this really? I don't know. Is this a divine talking to me? Is this the Most High talking to me? Somebody out there binding up Satan because you think the devil must be talking to you, because there's absolutely no way that God could be saying what God is saying to you. But I'm telling you, let this be a confirmation. Divine is speaking to you. And I declare and decree that the person that needs to hear this will hear it and will be guided to this message. Okay. So don't you get it confused. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Allow for the chips to fall where they may in whatever room you sit in and however you engage. So, clever. You are swift and smart. Solutions and problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you. Be open to romance. It says revealer of truth. So you are getting, you have set with divine. You have a lot of knowledge and wisdom. You're not slow by any means. And you can also feel like you know everything, and it may be hard for you to receive some things, even if it comes from divine. You talk yourself out of it, argue yourself out of it. Don't take things too seriously. So you got to have balance. So take time to play and pray, right? Meditation is the highest form of prayer. You have moved gracefully through your journey. You have been moving gracefully in the flow. If you are coming into this season, then this is the idea of it. A beautiful flotation device, darling. It says, celebrate your accomplishments with humility. You are crowned with success. Powerful forces guide you. Your ability to conquer challenges is limitless. So you have moved gracefully. I'd say somebody's getting ready to rise like really soar so high. Some people won't even be able to see you. Okay. You found your power in your silence. You found the power in being away in that hermit mode. And that's where you received all of this divine truth and wisdom, and you moved cleverly. You did not move and let other people and their way of doing things manipulate you out of your blessing. That's what you didn't do. Okay. And as a result of your perseverance, your willpower, stamina, lessons learned, you're going on to a whole, you're starting fresh, and you are protected. Stay in those high vibes. You are protected. Look at this. But even you got the person that's getting ready to go into the listening and following the instructions. That's the second period. And then we also have somebody in the collective, quite a few of you who are you are getting ready to be catapulted into this extra, man, it's like really amazing. It's breathtaking. And that's because you moved gracefully. You set to get the wisdom. You slowed down. But because you're going so fast, baby, this process also is going so fast. You too are being asked, even in this time, to slow down, because you got to stay grounded. Because it can be very exciting, and then you go and move and step ahead of it. But just say, okay. All right, I'm gonna slow down. Let me back up real quick. Like, oh my gosh, have you ever been so excited you just want to go? Have you ever had to go to the restroom and you don't have to go as bad as you gotta go until you get right there in front of, as my grandmother used to say, the commode, okay? When you get in front of that commode, the minute you open that bathroom door, it seems like you better hurry up and pull those panties or those underwears down real quick, because you can hardly hold it. That's the energy that you're in, because you are at the precipice. That's what I keep wanting to say. of this new beginning, of this new phenomenal beginning. So, but the spirit says, stay in the flow, baby. Stay in the flow. Don't get it twisted. Don't get so comfortable right now that things that divine had to remove from you, you allow yourself to go right back into the room. The energy from your current perspective is more powerful than anything you say or do. And understand that goes for the people that are in your life. You are still, you gotta, there's some solitude, even right now. Even right now, this does not mean go call everybody back and get them on the train. No, not everybody can go to this part with you, right? And you're getting ready to really get to it. You getting ready to get to the business. You've been in the journey. You've been in the journey of preparing for really getting ready to shine. It's like you've been getting prepared for the stage. You've been getting prepared for this catapulting. And the catapulting doesn't, it's yes, living life to the full and serving, but you'll be serving doing what you really desire to do. You'll be serving doing what you desire to do. Okay? You beautiful old soul, you. So you are right there. But the spirit does not want you to get ahead of it. Yeah, you're going to need some help. Say, God, help me. Help me grounded. Help me stay grounded. Help me remain clear of who's around me. Remember the energy from that kept coming to me this morning. The energy from your current perspective is more powerful than anything you say. Pay attention to what you are feeling. Do not deny it. I don't care if somebody comes back crying, hooping, and hollering and screaming. You have some people that will try to come back and step up in the room because they know. Look, it's so strong on you. This new level is so strong on you. Ray Charles can feel it or can see it, okay? And I'm just trying to tell you. It's just like that. It's the feeling. Somebody else, you're saying, I'm ready for God to pursue me. You're ready for this journey. You're ready to get in the flow. You're ready for this journey. Because nothing else is working. And that's intentionally, though. That's intentionally. It's not like you're doing something bad. Don't let the haters or people that were talking about you get you in your head where you're feeling like embarrassed because you have decided to pull away because you've accepted the things that had to fall out of your life so that you can move up. Don't be embarrassed. You're going through the process, and that is very noble. Trust me. There's more to life. There's more to life. Okay, we have anything else out of here. It says invite help. Invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, I'm finally ready, God. I'm finally ready. Pursue me. I think that's it. Spirit say one on the bottom. Sacrifice. Sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. It's a sacrifice to love. A sacrifice to love. Look at that. And then self-love comes out right after that. And then we have divine source energy. See, help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. See, it's like, do you really trust God? It's not the game of life is meant to be fun, but at this point, we in this particular era, in this life right now, we are the cleanup crew. We clean up the mess that has been made and was made a long time ago. So yes, we're gonna have some fun. It's how you look at it. It's the perspective that you have. What sacrifices are you willing to make? So that is love. That's loving you. All right. Invite help. God, I'm willing for you to pursue me. Go ahead and pursue me. I am willing. I'm willing to let go. I'm willing to be about the mission that you really want for us to be about. Okay? It's what is the mission? That mission, whoa, that just really fell out. That mission that divine wants for humankind. Detachment. Look at that. Detachment. With detachment, you finally feel whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled. See, I'm telling you, the pulling away from that sacrifice. Not, well, God wouldn't have me go through that. This is not, nah, baby. When you in the game, you in the game, right? When you go and try out for the football team, I'm sure they have a whole lot of agreements that must be signed because you are signing up to get your tail kicked. You might lose a limb, you might break a limb, I'll say that. You might end up all kind of a ways. So but you get in the game, right? And it's important for the people who are the best on the team, on the field, they're in it for the love of the game at all costs. They're willing to make whatever sacrifices they have to make. It's beyond the ticket or the price tag, because they're also putting something else on the line, right? So be a winner. Wow. Why the Spirit just came to me and said, be a winner, not a sinner. Listen, let me tell you what a sinner is. A sinner is someone who has missed the mark. Someone who has missed the mark. Someone who doesn't understand. That's what a sinner is. All right. A sinner is, you've missed the mark. You've missed the point. You missed the point of it all. I got newsflash. Okay. That's where humankind has been for centuries, missing it all. So for those of you who have taken the leap of faith, accepted what you have accepted, and have decided to be in love with the game, my hat goes off to you. Because for centuries, humankind hasn't even been in the game. We haven't even been on the sidelines, sitting on the side. You know, people sit on the sidelines with a jersey. We haven't even been on the sidelines with a sideline with a jersey on. Okay. That's how far out of the way we've been from what the point was. So at the end of the day, whether you were whatever indoctrination, whether in what affiliation, title, whatever, for the most part, hey, the human race have been completely out of the loop. All been sinners, if that's the case. But it's not like it's not like, oh, you're a sinner, you're going to go and burn to death. No, that's not it. It's like, okay, so now it's time to step into the knowing. Step into the knowing. Yeah. Step into the knowing. In a minute, it's going to be real wonderful. It's going to be proud. You're going to feel proud to have walked away from all that stuff or the relationship or the thing. You're going to feel good about it. It's going to feel so sensational, and you're going to look great doing it. Okay. That's going to be the thing to do. I remember when I was in college and I was on campus, we were proud to wear the same blue jeans with the same t-shirt on or the same blouse on. Hey, look, we were out there getting our degree. So what? That's what we're doing. I'm a college student. Okay, so now it's palatable because you're a college student and you're okay that you're wearing those same jeans for 2 weeks. Okay, you're okay to be eating out of the can for the beans because I'm a college student, and when I get done, I'm going to have my degree. Okay. So what about the divine course? See, God's word will not return void. So it's look, y'all can do it how y'all do it. That's what divine like. Y'all can do it. Hey, that's okay. Y'all good. Do it how you do it. Get it how you get it. But at some point, there will become a change. because the mission will be fulfilled. So in this case, Spirit say detach, sacrifice. God wants you to itself. God wants you to love yourself enough to really stay in the flow, to get real deep down and dirty with it. Stay in the flow, baby. Get dirt, get in that dirt. Put your foot out. Honor yourself. Honor yourself. Recognize the hard work you've put in to get where you are today. Instead of thinking how far you still have to go. I like that. Remind yourself of all that you've accomplished and be proud. Let me tell you about the journey. It's not easy. We're not gonna fluff that. It's not easy. It's a shedding, it's all that. Sometimes you don't know if you heard God or not. Then if this is something I want you to take home, write it down. Don't draw conclusions on the conclusion. Just stay in the flow. Don't get so, I know yes, you can feel anxious. Yes, that's one of the symptoms. You know how when a woman is pregnant, you go through symptoms. There's certain things. We get the book about how, what to expect while expecting. Well, Pregnant in the Spirit, How to Birth a Life of True Purpose helps you through this process. That's my book that I wrote 2009. And I'm going to tell you something. Things have even evolved since then. But as you're on this border, am I hearing you right? I don't even know, because what I know, God couldn't be telling me this. I couldn't be hearing this. See, this is what you have to understand. Your soul has a mission, baby. So your soul chose you. Your soul chose you specifically to do this life with you, right? It's a flow. Everything is energy. Every solitary thing is energy. When you think about it, think about the flow in the forest. No one person came and planted all the trees and the flowers and the things that take place in the forest. Something was planted, and then it took its course. Divine planted the vision of us, and it took its course. Divine's going to allow for the flow to be the flow. Divine is going to allow for the flow to just go with it and do what it do. Speak your truth in every room and let the chips fall where they may. That's what we get from that. Silent for too long. Speak your truth. Don't worry about what anybody thinks. So the reason I'm saying about the soul is because in this time, there are certain things that some of you are generational curse breakers. And as a generational curse breaker, there are going to be some things that you got to go through so that you can break something. So you may have to go in a room that looks quite contrary to what you are indoctrinated in, but at the same time, it feels good in a way, right? But if you are allowing yourself to be grounded, meditate day in, day out, literally take 5-10 minutes, baby. If you allow yourself to be grounded and stay in that energy, then know that whatever choice you make, it is protected. It's protected. You're protected. The moves that you make, they're all protected. So just go. That may be a door. Imagine every decision that you make is a door that you open. Imagine a corridor in your mind. So every decision you make, you are opening a door and going inside of that door once you allow yourself to fall upon that decision that you made, to walk up in there. Now, what you also must understand is that just because you walk in that room doesn't mean that it's just so easy for you to walk up out of it. You may get in there and say, oh, hell no, look at the storm that's going on in here. I want to go. But then you find out that there's no way. The way you came in, you can't go out. that you got to go through a process to get out of that situation. Sometimes it's divine order that you went in that room, and it's the divine that shut it because it wants you to go through the process. It wants you to go on, walk through it because you need it. Yeah. I went through an abusive relationship too. Actually, 3, golly. I've been through, and I'm going to tell you, not everybody that divine appoints is necessarily what we would call nice, who we would call nice. But somebody got to knock the ball out the park. Somebody got to knock those cobwebs down. Somebody has to ruffle some feathers. Somebody has to, so that there can be balance restored in your life. My daughter said to me one day, and it made so much sense. She says, "Mommy," and when I was checking her on checking somebody, because I said, "Oh my Lord, I didn't raise you like that. What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah." She said, "Mommy, I love you so much." She said, "But you only taught us love. You didn't teach us how to deal with this right here. You didn't teach us this part of life. You just taught us love." That's how I live. That's how I've had my being. Okay. I chose the route of love, how I understood love to be. Until which time Divine said to me, when I was crying at 40 something years, just crying like a little baby. Why? Why are people so mean? Because it was like Divine took me out of my whole little thing of love and just put me in the lion's den with some people who didn't understand love, who had been completely broken. They only knew what they knew, but hey, look, you have to understand, just because people know what they know, empath, it's okay for you to know why they did what they did and for you to have compassion and all that great stuff. But that does not mean that you have to tie yourself to that. Be yourself in every room and let the chips fall where they may. So Divine said to me, I need you to meet people where they are and keep the same love heart posture. Where they do that? That's what I had said at first. Where they do that? How you do that? And then I had to find out. But that course of operation in that door, I decided for myself to be guided in that room and to still walk in love, and then go through the course, and then sit at the table at the end of that course. And for the first time in my life, allowed myself to cry it out. Allowed myself to admit to myself, okay, yeah, this hurt. And what did I do? I could say, well, all I did was love and I didn't do anything else. No. You have to detach from what you think you knew, because Divine said to me, you have to go deeper into the pain in order to heal. So I had to go deeper, and then Divine coached me through that process, because there was something in there for you to learn about you. Even if it was letting yourself doing when you didn't need to be doing, because you had to go, in order for you to be in your true self, you needed to be over here, but you wanted to go please somebody else. So you decided to be over there. You decided to stretch yourself. That wasn't love. That was you doing too much. That wasn't love for yourself, first of all. So if you don't, you know how it goes. If you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. So that was you doing too much, which what Divine said to me, like, no. And why did you do that to yourself? Well, I did it because, wow, was I afraid to lose what I thought I had? And I did have. But was I afraid to lose that? And is that why I didn't make the choice that I made? But that person, Divine will put a teacher in your room, a teacher in your place. They are teachers. And then in those cases, many cases, both of you are generational curse breakers. So your journey is not easy, baby. It's not easy by far. You are I didn't even read this. Look at this. You are over giving and not taking enough time to rest and rejuvenate. Reevaluate your relationships and commitments, or you may soon risk your health deteriorating in some way. Okay. In that place of depletion, a lot of times you may find out you pick up addictions, something to pass the time with because you're feeling off whack. I fell into depression. Why did I fall? I was, yes, it was a manipulative tactic that was used against me in that room. Yeah. But, and in addition to that, to the intentional gaslighting and manipulation intentionally, it was also me still sitting there and having to really find my voice again. I had to lose. It took me losing myself to have to find myself for me to come into the point where I could love myself, how I am called to love myself. It took that for me because I had absolutely no back. I only saw love, and everything else was an excuse for everybody. I just gave everybody passes. No, release attachments. There's something you need to let go of. It's either a limiting belief, an untruth, or negative behavior. It's holding you back and keeping you from stepping into your true potential and happiness. Let go. That's that first period where you've asked to go higher. You do want to go higher. You really want to go to the next level. You just don't. I feel you don't know how. You're wondering, like, how do you do it? You hear so many different people saying different things. That's why divine is like, invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, I'm finally ready, God, pursue me. Forget the need to know everything. Forget the need to say, like, I know you know everything. God, if I don't know you, show me you. Don't be like me, until like which time I did change. I ended up saying that one day. If I don't know you, show me you, because someone had spoken into my life and they said, God said, you think you are basing the knowledge of him off of your past experience. And how could you tell me that? Like, what do you mean? I know God. This is where I was, like, what you talking about? I know God. I wrote the armor of God and pregnant, and I was getting ready to write pregnant in spirit at that time. But I just like, what you mean? I know God, El Shaddai, Elohim. What you talking about? God has been good to me in my life. You can't tell me nothing about God. But then I had to humble myself. God, if I don't know you, show me. If I don't know you, show me you. Because it's not your fault, but when you have centuries of people not knowing and telling the best story that they could tell based on how they learned it, we are so powerful. Whatever we put out into the universe, it becomes valid. It's created. It is a creation. So then we choose to believe. We only know what to believe based on what we have been told. Our perception becomes that. So you have to, this is a time to humble, who this part of the message is for. It's a time for you to humble, to release, and it is a brave move. Trust me, this is very brave. You're being asked to make a tough decision that you've been putting off because of fear, which is understandable. Did we not just say that? But you do have the strength and bravery to make this decision, and you will feel so much lighter when you do. Listen, baby, I want you to reach out to the divine. Hug a tree. You see this young lady here? She's hugging the tree. Go. I'm serious. Get to know God in a new way, a more profound way. No, you don't know the answer, but God's, look, what does the scripture say? That God will teach you all things. I've been a fool to believe it my whole life. I'm trying to tell you. And the things that have actually just flowed into my life through the course of my life, although some of it was questionable to me because of how sedated I was in the indoctrination, yeah, it was not always easy. It's not. But it's okay to say, God, show me you. Show me the truth. Don't forget, Convos with God, Make It Make Sense, Please, is also available on Amazon. Get your book today. That book poured out of me the questions and the answers. I even asked God, who are you? Where'd you come from? For real, for real. I really was nervous to ask because I don't want to ask because I said, I'm a philosopher. I've been talking myself out of the whole game, and that was serious. But divine reveals so much, so many matters of the heart, so many truths, so many things that we have questioned or may have asked, or you asked in your private self, in your own private space you've asked. And then you probably put it out of your mind because you didn't want to cross any lines. So you just let it go. So allow yourself, step back and be present in the current moment. Right now is perfect for you. Your right now is perfect. And I feel like this here, because see, you have so much. It says be present. We started off with you're getting ready to soar like an eagle, and you need to look at it from a bird's eye view. Allow yourself to open up to a new perspective. Allow yourself to see what you don't see. And stop telling yourself you don't know everything. Don't think that the path that you are being guided to is going to be necessarily how it has been traditionally for everybody else. Your path is different because you are soaring past what is considered normal, what is considered standard. That's not you. That's not you. Your way is a unique way. Your soul is not their soul. Your soul's path is not that person's path. Everybody has their own position in this game. Everybody has their own position on the playing field. Everybody. Right? And the person that becomes great in the game is the person that worked the hardest in their own lane. If you're not the pitcher, what you throwing the ball for? Allow yourself to stay in the flow. Get grounded if you're not. And keep moving forward with divine guidance, though. Don't be like the divine guides you somewhere, guides you to the grocery store, and they say, okay, you're going to the grocery store, and you run out the door, got your coat, you gone. Get to the grocery store, you don't even know what you're there for. Now you don't know why you're at the grocery store. So now you've got to go back home, and then you have to ask, what did you want from the grocery store? As you have no clue because you were moving so fast. It got good to you. You were excited that you had to go to the store. So in this scenario, I know it's exciting. And then for some of you, you are not at the phase of feeling excited. You may be excited that you want to feel some peace. So you're looking forward to that moment of peace. Slow down. Slow down so that you can hear what divine is guiding you, the direction that you're being guided in. And it's not, you don't have to go and confirm with somebody. This is not that. This is not theirs. This is your thing. Don't go confirming with your friends, your family, your pastor, your whoever you are, another leader. Divine is really guiding you to meditate so that you can start getting in that, so you can be in that vortex, so that you can get the divine wisdom so that you can get the guidance that you need to go where you're going. And then divine wants you to take a chance on going. Don't draw conclusions on the conclusion, but move. Divine wants you to say, okay, I'm about to do this and I don't know. Or I'm about to do this and I'm scared as hell, but I'm gonna go. Get in get in the seat and allow for the flow to manifest. And wherever it's like riding a ride for the first time, and let it just take you there. You're going to be guided to do certain things. Take one day at a time. God, what am I to do today? Get your pen and paper and just write it down. Make your plans and be willing to flow. When you find yourself in a situation that it doesn't feel good, you knew that you followed how you were guided and it doesn't feel good, it wasn't the outcome that you expected, then you say, God, what am I to experience in this moment now? See, that's that teaching moment right there. So God, what am I to experience in this moment now? Before you lose it, before you blow a gasket, what am I to experience in this moment now? Lord, show me and make it plain and clear so that I may do your will. God, keep my heart and mind stayed on you so that I may do your will, because this is scary. I don't know what to do. I don't know where this is going. But don't draw conclusions on the conclusion and continue to flow. And that one day at a time. And I'm telling you, it's going to get so much better. Don't beat yourself up if you having if you have some addictions that you still are in. Don't beat yourself up. There's no rules to between the relationship between you and God. There are no rules. That's what divine said to me. Would you have rules to love your children? I'm like, no, they're my children. I birthed them. Why would I have rules to love them? I love them just cause. You know what I'm saying? I got their back. I love them. Okay, I don't have rules. There's no rules between you and I. There's rules to the game. Certain things, like I said, certain rooms that you walk in on certain decisions that you've made, and you not just walking, you're not just turning around and getting up out there. Now it's something that you are going to go through. Some of those doors have been shut divinely so because that was the intention, and some of them you've gone in and divine has said don't go, don't go, don't go, but you went because you thought that it was the right thing to do, and that's cool too. Forgive yourself, because at times life offers you choices, knowing full well the choice that you will make, but presenting to you the opportunity to experience life in all of its profound results. So never ever regret any choice that you've made, for in all cases, you have just become more knowledgeable of your true self, giving yourself an opportunity to transform and also the opportunity to inspire others to do the same. So don't be mad. Say, oh man, I came up in here. All right, let me get in the flow. Don't go wrestling with certain energies like depression going through the corridor of that room. Let depression walk on by. You don't have to wrestle it down to the ground. You don't have to fight depression. You don't have to get into bed with depression. Allow for that particular energy to pass, and go ahead, pass on through there. Lesson learned. This was door I shouldn't have walked up in. Okay, I heard what divine said, but guess what's good out of that? Now you'll pay attention. I remember when divine told me years ago, before during the recession, divine said to me, bring your business home. I didn't understand what that meant because I had just taken my business to the high rise downtown Detroit. What do you mean bring my business home? But it was so faint. The voice, what I heard, I wasn't where I am now. Like, it was so faint. I was driving out the garage and it said, bring your business home. Real soft. Man, I got rid of that so quick out of my mind. Man, what? That don't even make sense. Rooftop back, music up. Let's get downtown to the high rise, right? Because God took me there and that was true. right? So it didn't make sense because I knew how I got there. I knew that I was guided there. The story to that place was amazing. So what you mean, get out to bring the business home? What? Let me tell you something. That particular choice took me to another space where I was someone they scammed me. It was so bad. It was bad. It was a bad situation. I remember sliding down the wall in my great room when I realized that I had been scammed out of what I had saved during the last little piece, and some other and a couple of other of my investors. So I had to have a meeting because they took what I had. That choice. So then what happens when you make a choice and then the choice turns out that man, that I went down the wrong road, like, wow. But if I would have, all of a sudden now I remembered when I heard that small still voice that said bring my office home, because if I would have just brought my office home, then I never would have met them for them to scam me. Darn it. Right? So then you get upset because now you're upset with yourself, because if I woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda, woulda, then I wouldn't have, shoulda, doulda, doulda. Then if I just would have listened, that's not where divine wants you to be, baby. Because now when I look back, man, first of all, I have a story I can tell you, but that was a hell of a journey. The lessons learned were priceless. But most importantly, I learned to pay attention to the voice. My ears became sharp, and I bet you I heard every small still voice after that. People talked about me, and this all kind of stuff happened. But I went into this blame mode at first because I blamed myself for not listening. And oh my goodness, that voice became so loud, so loud. When it came to the light that I was scammed. And I was scammed in the place that, how about this? I was scammed in the place that divine had taken me to, which was the mountaintop. Come on, God. It was the mountaintop that I would have to get up off of so that I could go to the next higher. It was that mountaintop that I had to get off of. Come on now. God took me to the mountaintop so that I could experience the fall into the valley, to have to experience the journey to go up to the next level. That's what God did in that particular situation. Someone may say, but if you just would have listened, if you just, no. I didn't listen for a reason. Divine knew I wasn't going to listen. That was a teaching moment for me. Teaching moment. This song right here, I wrote coming up off that valley. Because you were broken for a purpose. You are expanding into something beyond, to the limits beyond. You're going from one mountaintop to the next. But that mountaintop is never just a leap. You don't just leap from one mountaintop to the next. There's the journey of learning, the journey of realization. That journey is the journey to self-love, the journey to compassion for yourself. Have compassion for yourself. Show mercy to yourself. I keep going back. If somebody is going through some type of addiction, I don't care what it is. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Love on yourself. You good. You all right. You're not going to go to hell or something for that. You're going through the hell that you need to go through so that you can come up. It's okay. Divine, the best friend in the world. So look, your soul already know why it aligned with you. It's like you're sitting in the back seat of an Uber. You ask for it to take you somewhere. You want it to take you somewhere. It has a map that is internal. Your soul has an eternal map quest, i.e., the divine source energy's energy in it. It knows why it aligned with you. And it aligned with you for a particular reason. So it knows what some of the challenges that you are going to go through. It just needs you to go through it. Go on up in there and break that situation so that you and your soul can come on and bring this thing home. When you follow how you're guided, that's following the divine will source. That's doing when it's said that the word will not return void. That's the word that won't return void, the mission for humankind. And you're a part of that, baby. So it's okay. So whatever addiction that keep coming to me, that addiction, whatever it is, I don't care if it's a person, place, thing, whatever it is. I used to be addicted. I was addicted to the smoking. I was smoking every time something would happen. I wanted to smoke. I would smoke Virginia Slim like it was like I used to get the Virginia Slim because it was, I thought I don't know, I thought I must have been Marilyn Monroe or something. But then the more I found out the truth of who I truly am, I realized that attachment was attached to my soul's lineage. Your soul has its own lineage, okay? So y'all have to get Goal of the Soul. You'll be getting that soon. Yes, you will. And get Convos with God. Make it make sense, please, darling. Study to show yourself approved. Don't put yourself in the seat with everybody else, because that's going to be your inner peace. Your abundance is relative to whatever your soul desires. It is not relative to what is online. You got to get offline. Your path is not theirs. So get offline. That stuff will give you anxiety right there. Sitting up there watching what everybody else is doing on the timing that they're on it. You're not on their, or the timing that they're on. You're not on their time. Your soul has its own mission, own path, and divine timing. So paying attention to everybody else and how they're doing it is not going to bring the inner peace that you're seeking. All right? It's just not. I love you guys so much. So much. Holy Spirit, is there anything else? You guys are so beautiful. So beautiful. Listen, and for those of you who are entrepreneurs, patience is not so much as it relates to time than it is related to how you wait within the time. So when you are, it is to suffer without complaint. It is to go through it without complaint. So yes, you have been promised something. Divine has promised you this wonderful ending, this wonderful, great, experience. And yes, that's true. But like I said, you don't jump from one mountaintop to the next. There is a journey to that fulfillment. And however you look at it will really determine how you choose to feel. How you feeling about this experience? One for sure, seeking validation from people will not bring you peace. Most people are completely clueless of the real truth, sedated in the titles and all that other stuff. I got plenty of titles. I got plenty of all that. At the end of the day, entrepreneur, your business is going to take off when you choose to be guided. Literally. You can have a multi-million-dollar business, and you can have one without even writing the actual quote-unquote business plan how they said you should write it. Ask somebody who knows. I know because I did it. You don't have, literally choose to be guided. take one day at a time, because if you look at everything from real big, and yes, make your vision, because your vision is expansive, it's huge, right? And go ahead and make your vision and make it clear. Doesn't have to be a dissertation, just write down those line items and make it clear, right? But as you make your vision, you take one day at a time from that point. Don't worry about the next step to the next step. Allow for divine to guide you through this course of action. You're going to take off. You are. And there are going to be some times in there where you're going to go through some muddy roads. You're going to go through some real rough roads. But just as if you would take a road trip from one state to another state, and it really doesn't feel good. Okay. You don't, you're not looking at it at the rain in that way. You're looking at it from another situation. Inside, you're feeling. You're wondering, did I follow God? Did God really tell me to do this? Maybe God didn't tell me to do this. Maybe I'm on the wrong road, because you didn't see the physical sign as you would see in a road trip, but you were following how you were guided. And I am here to tell you that when you do that, step up in that process of spiritual pregnancy, and men, try to follow me now. It's like being in a mother's womb. You are protected in that. So whatever happens along the way, know that you are protected. Divine will sit up and shift some things, shift weather, and all of that when you are choosing to be guided. What was that movie of Lawrence Fishburne? He gave them the blue and the red button. They were at the ballet. They went to pick up their car, and he gave them the blue and the red. He said, it's your choice. I don't know if they chose the blue or the red, whichever one they chose, it was the one of peace. So they went and all got in the car. I say Lawrence Fishburne was the angel in the back seat. The couple were up front, and all chaos was going on outside of that vehicle. It was so much chaos. Things were thrown like a tornado was happening, but inside that car, they were riding, and there was orchestra music playing, and they were going through. They were smiling and talking and enjoying the ride. That's how you protect it. Because you have no idea how excited and happy this makes your soul. The soul that you're carrying. The soul that you're carrying is super happy. It finally got into a vessel that is listening, that's willing to listen, that's willing to pay attention, to follow the intuition of your gut, to follow. And hey, baby, that's immaculate. What are we talking about? So just know that. So when you get to a place that you don't understand, Holy Spirit, why? What am I to experience in this moment now? What am I to experience in this moment now? Make it plain and clear to me. If you don't know your life's true purpose, repeat this. God, whatever your desire is regarding my life, let it become strongly my desire, and so shall my plans be established and succeed. Amen. And so it is. Whatever your desire is regarding my life, let it become strongly my desire, and so shall my plans be established and succeed. Amen. And so it is. Take one day at a time. Don't draw conclusions on the conclusion. It is good for your soul. Yes, sometimes you're going to fall off. You might feel like you done fell off because you didn't listen. Don't beat yourself up. Get right back up. Like, okay. All right. You may do it a few times. It may be a few times that you opened the same door that was even shut for you sometimes. And in that case, you good. You all right. Trust me. You all right. Just keep going. Take one day at a time. Allow yourself to sit in the seat of the flow. I don't care what anybody is saying. Don't worry about what Mary Jane, John, and Susie may be doing. Don't worry about what you thought you knew from before. Be willing to learn it new. The big break. Every time I see that, I always hear the big payback. Okay. So the big break. And look, this is getting ready to happen very fast. Because we're getting right back to the beginning of this. Like the eagle, you get ready to soar like the eagle. And the spirit wants me to look up the eagle. I'm going to give you the spiritual meaning of the eagle. The big break, because of your persistence, the focus, the creation, the progress, the momentum, the mastery that has been attained along the way. And as a result of you stepping into to the seat of the flow, to being guided, to doing it how God wants you to do it. Being quiet, like in that spiritual boardroom, like, okay, I'm sitting here, like on a date. Balance is restored in your life. Peace, even through, they say, peace in the Middle East is what I heard. Harmony. This experience, this romantic experience with your soul. You're focusing on you. 15, 16, 17 is the flow here, right? You're focusing on you. And you are getting ready to be really, really, really blessed, baby. Look at that. New beginnings. Stepping away from the belief system. Support. You have support, immaculate support, and you are in perfect alignment. You are in perfect alignment. Look at that. It says take action. Look at that. Take action, baby. And let go of the old way of thinking and being. This is your spiritual awakening. Oh, look at this. Thank you. Okay, social skills. Look at that. I'm telling you, get ready to just set up on top. Oh, guys, don't forget to get the book Combos with God. Make it make sense, please. Oh my God. It's available on Amazon and in your bookstores around. You can ask for it and they'll order it if they don't have it. Listen, goal of the soul. I'm not telling you the date because you're getting ready to see it. It'll be out this month. Yes. Goal of the soul and also the transformation workbook. Do the work. How to do the work. How do you do the work? What does that even mean, right? If you knew truly the truth of the soul, of what the soul truly is, it'll answer a whole lot of questions that mankind have asked for centuries. Like, what in the world? Talk about missing the mark. Talking about missing the mark, okay? I'm so excited that even I went through what I went through because it caused me to go deeper into the pain. It caused me to go deeper so that I can come into the awareness and the truth of truth so that I can tell you. I had to tell you. The stuff that God told me, the stuff that divine showed me, let me tell you something. This is boundless possibilities for you, baby. The things that divine shared really answered so many questions, even as to why do you keep doing the same thing over and over again? Why do you keep doing what no longer serves you? We have so many things that we've bounced around, but then divine brings it right back to the soul. Like if you really knew who your soul was, that which you carry, you are the protector of, you would have the answers to so many things because your soul has its own genealogy? Who has carried your soul? And what did they go through? And how do you find out? All of that is in Goal of the Soul. Because guess what? I found out why. Every time I was feeling some type of way, I would pick up a cigarette. Not every time, but I did it a few times. Then it came this time, I said, wait a minute. Once I found out about the soul, I'm like, wait a minute, wait. Because I know my soul's genealogy. So then I said, wait a minute. So which one used to smoke? Because I don't want to go back to that again. I don't want to go through something and then have to feel like I need to do that again, because that felt like it was almost like home. So why I keep doing it? I don't want to do that anymore. And so divine will reveal those mysteries to you. And especially you become more comfortable to hear what the divine is saying when you get everybody out of your business and stop trying to get validation from people. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand, people just didn't know. We didn't know. It's okay. We didn't know. Okay? We were taught the way we were taught. It's all good. It's okay. We're going to be wonderful. Trust me. Right? Anger is my new friend. You know why? Because anger taught me really how to love. Taught me true love, literally. But God say, why anger and love? Why not love and courage? Love and courage. We've created everything that we're experiencing. Everything that we have come to understand, we did. I used to say the closer I got to God, the more I would curse. I used to say that in my 20s. I said it to myself. I didn't tell it to people, but I said it to myself. And one day, Divine had a real good, and Divine say, by the way, for those of you who may ask, Divine say, I don't talk. I'm a vibration. I'm the highest level of consciousness. It's like a binary code. Translates to you into whatever language you speak. I don't talk. So this one more particular morning, I was vibing with Divine. Look at that. It's going to be a celebration, baby. I was vibing with Divine, and Divine was, oh man, I just have chills. I got to say, it's one of the conversations that I laughed and laughed. But it gave me so much peace because it almost seemed like I could say curse words naturally, and people used to say, girl, you sound almost professional when you do it. And I didn't understand that because I wasn't raised to talk about that. But I do remember saying, when I got in trouble for saying shoot, I'm a little smart. So I said, when I was little, I said, what's the difference between shoot and shit? Like a vowel. I couldn't understand that. How am I in trouble? Because I switched the vowel. So anyways, Divine said to me, I don't care about that. You guys care about that. You all created those words. I didn't. It's a way you express yourself. I mean, that's fine. But the Spirit said, you worry about the wrong thing. Get in the game. How about that? Get in the game. Get in. We've been playing tennis it's like we've been playing tennis on a football field. We haven't been in the game. Get in the game because you're worried about the wrong thing. While you talking about what words you're using that you made up. Like what? That's not even the point of the game. So I need you to stay focused. That's what I'm telling you. It was so hilarious. So the Spirit said, how do you think Snoop Dogg and Cardi B made it? And at the time, I'm like, well, they were really themselves. Divine say, that's the highest level of frequency is authenticity. That's change. Let no one sedate your truth. We call those type of relationships controlled relationships. We got court systems set up for us to keep us away from those type of people. Those kind of people get locked up, put in jail for doing us wrong, right? Because they were controlling you. Like who? Oh my God, I cannot believe they were controlling you. But yet we found the hope of our calling in that same room. The same room, that's where we found the hope of our calling. And then made it palatable and found that it was somehow sensational and it's okay. God's like, I didn't do all of that. You all created that, but it's okay because I know that you're going to create something new. The vision that divine has for humankind will be fulfilled. It will be fulfilled. The baton is changing hands. The playing field, the tennis court on the football field is being cleared. The game over. That game is over. So that's why it is so important for you to really go how you're feeling. Be you in every room and let the chips fall where they may. Whatever happens, it was a lesson to be learned. And yeah, I said learned. Okay? That's period. Where you going to, Mr. I'm so fabulous. So, Spirit had me pick this up. I thought I was done. You saw I had cleared everything up, but apparently there's a message right here. I am beautiful. So smooth, smooth, smooth. I am to be studied. All right. Alphabetical, well, numeric order. Okay. Look at that. 99 and a half. Just want to look at that. 45 and 9. So, first of all, there's a celebration. Restoring the balance. And we were talking about that being grounded, the earth here, being grounded. But this harmony is being restored. And this also sometimes symbolizes family. There's a homecoming. There's family restoration in that situation. Despite all this competition, you see, listen. Some of, we talked about earlier, walking in that room, that, yeah, you made a choice to walk in that room. But there was a lot of competition, a lot of conflict and tension all around the situation of, wow, of your union. It was a lot of competition. The 4 wands. It's like a lot of fire here, a lot of fire in action. Took a lot of courage and persistence for you to get to where you are. A lot of resilience, like what we were talking about earlier with that patience. Suffering without complaint is being resilient. Yeah. Test of your faith. Queen of Swords. So listen, you're going to come back in this situation. And we would be listening to the Evolved Her song. Her is the feminine energy of you, whether you male or female or they. You're clear-minded. You know what you know. And it is not up for grabs. You're not about to compromise your boundaries. You have healthy boundaries that have been established. And there is a union. I'm telling you, there's a foundation, a marriage, a union that is getting ready to be celebrated, that is coming back into union. And also, this is also that, and it's going to be fast, but there's also a union with your soul. That's the man. Oh man, let me tell you, I almost didn't want to come out the room, if you would. It was a romantic excursion. Divine took me through the process of healing. Best counselor in the dang on world. And especially when it was not based off of what I thought I knew. Okay. But then when I found out the real nature of the soul, I'm like, oh my God, what's your name? What's your name? And then I found out where the soul came from, and oh my, it's just amazing, man. The truth of your soul. How to discover your soul's genealogy. That's very important, guys. Who is your soul? What did your soul, who carried your soul? Yeah, you see this? Queen of Swords, you are definitely in the flow. Definitely in the flow. And you're not letting anybody take you off your square. You're just not. 17 is important. Mm-hmm. Don't let negative talking, self-talk. Don't let negativity, mental, those things, don't contemplate the negativity. You're too powerful to create what you don't want to create. So don't even give it. It literally, it's like choices that you have to make intentional, like step away from certain rooms, like step away from the door. Make yourself a recording of this. Is what I want you to do. I want you to record yourself talking to yourself about your scenario, saying, wow, I cannot believe how great this is. I feel so good that I accomplished this. Everything is so clear to me. It feels awesome for everything to be so clear to me. It feels so amazing. Wow, I cannot believe that I was able to walk away from them. Wow, I couldn't even imagine myself without them. And look at me. Wow, this is amazing. Wow, just like I thought, this came back together peacefully. This came back together so joyfully. Oh, and it was so easy. Wow, I can't believe how easy this was. I want you to record yourself in your future self and voice, having a whole conversation. Allow yourself to feel it and replay it every day. Make that a part of your meditation. Check out the boho beautiful meditations that I have on my playlist here on my page. Just listen to yourself and take one day at a time, whether it's 5 or 10 minutes on the guided meditations that you use. I talk about Dr. Joe Dispenza. There are so many intentional aspects of meditation. And as you grow, you will grow into that, and you can take those opportunities as well. Take one day at a time. But you're going to have to talk over the negative talk. You're going to have to talk louder than it. See, there are certain energies that are comfortable with you because you've been dealing with them for so long. You've been in a relationship with these energies. See, we create entity energies ourselves. We create more than flesh and blood. We also create entities that also vibrationally communicate with you. So when you have set up and have dined and you done chilled and danced with certain energies in your life, they're not trying to go, and they are running. They are comfortable up in there. They are comfortable in your mind. So you're going to have to talk over it and just not, and let it know, like, oh, wait, no, that's not what we're doing. I don't do that. Like, what? That's not my I chose to walk in love. It was intentional because I used to have certain things would cross my mind, and I remember intentionally going back, and what I said out loud, I truly did feel, but I need you to talk over it even before you feel it. Just really. And it takes more than that because you have to feel it. That's why I want you to record yourself. You're going to be looking forward to that recording. You're going to be looking forward to playing your own self every day. And then you'll learn it. You'll come to learn you talking to yourself about how great it was that your day was so wonderful. If you wake up and open your eyes and you all of a sudden feel down, like you another day that you're going to have to make it through. I remember being there. I remember sitting and getting ready to meditate, and all I could do was cry. All I could do was cry. I didn't want to hear what God had to say about what I used to do. And what are we talking about? I'm in pain right now, right? I don't feel good right now. I want you to move beyond that. 99. Listen, no, we don't self-sabotage here on ICBG. The ICBG fam, we don't self-sabotage. We are going to choose to experience whatever it is that we have to experience in our journey and move forward in love. That's what we are doing. Okay? Whatever we have to experience, we're going to experience it and move forward in love. Yes, we are. It says a new project. You have a new project coming. It's going to be fun. Look, you have wonderful willpower, new opportunities, new growth. You got growth and development. I'm telling you, you had to jump up off. You had to get up off that seat that you were on. That mountaintop, yes, you made it, and that's wonderful. But you had to do what you had to do so that you can get to the next mountaintop. And I know for some of you, you like, look, I didn't ask to go to the next mountaintop. I know. But this is the end of a cycle. It is done. You got the queen and the king of wands. Balance. The feminine and the masculine. Restored. That energy restored. No, I'm sorry. That's the queen of swords and the king of wands. Natural leader. Yes. 910. 910 is all over here. 910. 999. 999. Your new project is definitely going to be a success, darling. Stay in the flow. Don't let any negative thoughts, you don't have a victim mentality. That's not what we're doing. 999, 8, that's 9 times 3, which is 27. Also 14, which is 5. So that means it's getting ready to happen very, very fast for you. God is so pleased with you. We don't give life to those negative energies either. We're not giving life to the negative. We're not going to give life to it. Yes, they experience because it's a balance. But guess what? That's because balance is being restored. But you don't have to go through. You can really live in a positive life. And I know I've been through depression. I remember it was a long time getting out of it. And if you are dealing with fear, the only way you can make it out of that fear is literally one step at a time. Divine really guiding you through, walking you through the valley of the shadow of death so that you fear no evil. You can't do that alone. And I'm going to say sometimes it's like you not a counselor, not somebody can help you through that. God has to help you through that. Divine source energy has to really embody. You have to embody that energy and choose that energy. There are certain things that you may feel, certain energies that you may feel that has you really, really feeling off. And your feelings are valid. But I want you to know that it is not forever. It is not a forever sentence. It is not a forever sentence. You haven't been focused about what somebody else did to you. You have been focused on your journey. And that focus is the focus that is going to help you rise up out of that circumstance. But I want to encourage you with this knowledge. You were appointed for this position. And what you're going through, it is for a reason that you are going through it, and you are there. Who I'm talking to, you are there to break that generational cycle in your bloodline, the generational cycle that also you have seen and witnessed even in your children. And I want you to know that as you walk through this, tear down that picture of a room full of computer towers. That's what I did. A room full of computer towers. I like to say each cord has a label on it. I gave all the cords labels of what I knew ran in my family on the DNA side, not the soul genealogy, because I didn't know about that at the time. But your soul aligned with you for what your family has attached to it. Understand that. It was intentional. That intentional flow. Everything is energy. That intentional flow flowed you right on up in there. Some of you say, I don't even look like I don't even act. It doesn't seem like I'm with my family. I'm not even from here. I don't even know I'm nothing like them. Or, a lot of people are like that. And that's true. Because your soul aligned with you, individual soul from even the children, your soul, your children's souls that they carry. And it needs you to handle what you need to handle. That's why it's important. What am I to experience in this moment now? Ask that question. What am I to experience in this moment now? It's important and relevant. It is essential for you to meditate so that you can understand why and what. You are getting ready. You've been through a lot, man. And that's what happens. Anytime the ego goes through hell, okay? You go through hell in high water because of your greatness, because of who you are. The person that you're looking at may not know who you are, but the energy that they have attached to them know exactly who you are. And it's beyond the skin. It's beyond the skin. I started to say something. I'm going to leave it quiet. Wow. Look at that. That just popped out my hand. You guys saw that? You are done doing it all. This emperor energy. Look, and 10 again. Look at that. Familiarity, happy memories. Somebody from the past reminiscing about you. Someone from your childhood. But this emperor energy. Respect, a leader. Yes. You're getting ready to be giving on both sides. Look at that. 10-10. End of the cycle. You are done going this over here with all the stuff in the back. Into that cycle. And some of you are going to be ending the cycle in terms of how you perceive things, the perspective that you have. Okay, look at that right on the bottom, the Empress. So we've got the Emperor and the true Empress. And let me tell you something about an Empress. An Empress is very nurturing. A very nurturing, an action taker, a person that gets the job done, right? An Empress, people throw these names and titles around like they're, like candy in a candy store. They are not people who are seeking revenge and being mean to people and trying to covet folks' stuff and all this. That's not an Empress, okay? Look at that. We got this Hierophant here. So we got the Emperor and the Hierophant. Somebody who knows. You have set with divine, but you have actually turned away from the old traditional way of thinking and being. You're no longer in that. You're not in that. You're not in that energy. Real quick things are getting ready to change. I'm telling you, it's going to be so fast. But it's like my grandmother used to say, before God get the news, you're going to be sitting up in another position. I'm trying to tell you. And some of you, like I said, it's going to be in your perspective too. Some of you are getting your perspective is going to be so far beyond where the people, the circles that you've been in. It's like so past that, where you'll be able to be happy even in your circumstance as you're going through this journey, right? You got people who want to go to the Navy, and they go to the Navy and they get in there and they fight wars and they do this and that with a smile on their face, right? That's going to be you. See, it's something about being where you are guided to be, where your soul desires for you to be. It's so much peace in that particular process. It doesn't matter where it is. It's like, wow, you have peace that passes all understanding because you are where you're supposed to be. Wherever that is, you find peace. You find joy. You find love. It becomes a reality. Outside looking in, somebody may say, what in the heck's wrong with that person? How the hell are they smiling? And you smiling because you know you on the right road. You know you done made it to the road that you were called to be on. So guess what? Get it how you get it. And it feels good. Is it good to you? I messed up, y'all. It's good. It's all good. Ooh, it's so good, baby. Page of Wands. Inspiration, ideas. See, that's what you're getting in this flow. Preparation. You're preparing. We said expansion. This ego. Expansion. Look at that. 16 and 3, and that's 9. I'm telling you, expansion. Uh-oh, look at that. Unified love, partnership, mutual attraction. And again, 19. Uh-oh, look at that. 19 already on the table. That's that 10. And then we ended, yay, with 21. Well, that's 6, though, but that's 6 and 6, which is 12. Yes, we're going to look these up. No, conflict is over. Conflict is over. But we do have the Queen of Pentacles. The conflict is over. Yes. Let's look this up. Look at that. We're going to look up 21. And we're going to look up the number 19, which is actually 10. And yeah, let's look this up. What is the spiritual meaning of this? I want you to pay attention to everything. In case you didn't come earlier, we started off with 3 cards. It was the drum, the eagle, earth, and the flow. And all together, it's the rhythmic action, energy, and the ability to move through life with true purpose and rhythm, with clarity, perspective. You have a new perspective that is coming about, and the courage to land and act, the courage to actually move into action, right? Like the ego, right? And you being grounded is very, very critical. That is, the divine is really calling you into this grounding and the acceptance of the rhythm, the acceptance of the flow, getting into the cup and not moving ahead of the game, not moving ahead of it, because it feels real good when it starts, when the momentum starts, it feels good. Like finally, because some of you have been through a rough batch. And some of you are in that experience now. So you coming into a new perspective, a new way of thinking about where you are. God, what am I to experience in this moment now? What am I to experience in this moment now? Make it plain and clear. And whatever it is, apply it to whether it's your true purpose or something else that you are wondering about. Whatever your desire is, divine, let it become strongly my desire. And so shall my plans be established and succeed. Amen. And so it is. Right? Amen. And so it is. Amen. And so it is. And it is so, as my daughter says. And it is so. So what we say, we're looking up spiritual meaning of 19. I have really enjoyed this today with you guys. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. And remember, don't be mad at folks. Everybody that divine appoints in this game is not necessarily who we may consider nice, right? Somebody got to what? Knock the ball out the park, baby. The number 19 symbolizes what we talk about: spiritual awakening, personal growth, and the completion of cycles, encouraging individuals to embrace change and new beginnings. Number 1, individuality, leadership, and new beginnings again. And spiritual enlightenment. You see? And I put those up, but we had the emperor out here, the leader, spiritual awakening and growth. The appearance of the number 19 in your life may indicate that you are nearing the completion of a significant phase or cycle. It encourages you to reflect on your journey and embrace the changes that come with it. This number serves as a reminder that self-determination and resilience, there we go with that patience again, are key to achieving your goals and fulfilling your spiritual purpose. In various spiritual traditions, the number 19 is associated with balance and harmony between the material and spiritual realms. For instance, in Christianity, it is linked to themes of salvation and divine guidance, while in other cultures, it may represent communal identity and spiritual growth. Okay? So you are going through this ending. It's 19 right there. Going over. So let's look at 20. I get double 10 out of that, right? Completion. Harmony, intuition, spiritual growth, guiding you to align your actions with your higher purpose and nurture meaningful relationships. You're also being called to yourself. You're being called to be to yourself. No more trying to talk to somebody else about what you got going on. It's a time to be quiet. And it may feel scary, and somebody say, no, you need to talk to somebody because you got to talk to somebody. I mean, and I know there are counselors and people need counselors, but not everybody is on this spiritual journey. And unfortunately, until there are more of the masses that are in this particular seat and flow, divine is really wanting you come back home. Like come and sit with me, baby. Like come and have a cup of coffee with me. I remember when I was the spirit, I'm used to doing my meditation in the morning. And then after that, I'm like, God, what am I to do today? And I have my book and I write down what am I to do today? And whatever comes to me, I write it down. But then there's this one period of time in my life where what was coming to me was to write. And I write poetry as fluently as I write books or write music. And it just was coming to me. And then I started feeling guilty at one time. Like, oh my gosh, no. Let me get right to work. Let me get right to my thing that I'm supposed to be doing. See, don't put divine in no kind of box. Divine said, I'm spending time with you right now. Like, this is what we're doing. We're spending time right now. This is that. So don't put your time that you're spending with divine in a box. Allow even for that to flow. Divine may tell you to go to the spa that day. Hey, go for a walk. Go sit at Starbucks and just have a cup of coffee on me. You know, it may be something just like that. And then you're like, but I got all of this to do. Let me tell you something. I've been there too. And then guess what happened? When I chose to go into the space that divine was leading me to go, which was much more relaxing than what I thought I should be doing at that time, guess what happened? Everything that I had to do on my plate was handled. To this day, I can't tell you how. I don't even know. Because it was handled. Because I allowed for myself to be pampered, if you would, in that divine time. Spirit wants me to share with you. I remember when I was changing my office, and I was going to a high rise, and in that high rise, I had to put some new phones in there. And I had a tech person that always follow with me to my office and would hook things up in my offices. But this one I thought was a job for something else. I didn't think. It was a big job, and so Divine told me, "Don't do anything." I could not imagine that. What do you mean don't do anything? That doesn't even make sense, right? So yeah, you're being guided to do something that doesn't make any common sense. Remember, the ways of the spirit seem foolish to man. Don't worry about it, baby. Just however you're guided, you're going to be respected for that. You're going to be honored for that in the ethers. Forget what everybody else talking about, because they'll call you a fool. Don't worry about them. Divine said I didn't need to do anything. Now, mind you, I've always been to myself usually when on a lot of things. So I kept to myself, but I laughed about it, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. And I had in my mind what I was going to do anyways, because what? That doesn't make any sense. I kind of paused because you don't want me to do anything, which doing something means I have to call my tech. I have to have my assistant switch to phone systems. I have to do all of this. So what do you mean don't do anything? So, but all right, whatever. I still had my own way of doing it, and I was going to do it that way. When I went to close up the office that night, I was walking out of my office, and Divine said to me, "Don't do me like that." I'm like, what? If you had a husband and he told you he was taking you out of town and he had everything planned for you and you didn't have to do anything but come and pack your bags, would you do that to him? I'm like, no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. Then don't do it to me. I said, I've got it. Don't do anything. Listen, y'all. The next day, my assistant knocks on my door and she tells me somebody's in the lobby to see me. And what they wanted to do was they wanted to come and change my phone system so that I could save money. That was the thing. They wanted to help me save money. I shooed her away, said, I don't have time for that. I'm very busy. You know my schedule today. No. He didn't have an appointment. He just walked in off the street and had to come upstairs, come to our office. Like, I don't know how. No. She comes back again and she says, he said, if you let him sit in the conference room, he'll handle everything for us with our phone stuff. I forgot what happened the night before the Divine said, don't do me like, I forgot about all of that because I was already into the next day. I forgot about all of that. When I tell you at the end of the day, he had coordinated with our tech, every solitary thing was handled so smoothly. And we saved money. It was handled and taken care of. It was something that physically had to be done. But see, Divine is going to send somebody to you. Somebody's going to knock at your door. Somebody's going to walk into your space. You don't have to give it any thought. Divine said, I got it, baby. Let me handle this. Let me handle this for you. Don't you worry about a thing. I'm trying to tell you it works. I've done it. Trust me. I've done it. I've done it. Look at that. The world. Completion again. into the cycle of you worrying, troubling yourself. You're going to allow yourself to sit in the seat of the flow. You're going to make your plans and still be willing to flow with it. Don't put God in a box. Don't put a cap on how divine is getting ready to flow. Allow for the flow to happen. Go ahead and feel good. Go ahead and walk up out of that room, whether it's a relationship, a job, a house, whatever it is. A belief system, a way that you think that it should be done. And you see divine is guiding you somewhere else. Go ahead and flow with it. See what happens. Know that you're protected. I'm telling you, that's like the mother's womb. See, you think you're already high, you're already at the mountaintop. So what you mean? God brought you there. So what do you mean? I don't have to go anywhere else. I'm already at the top. I already have this, that, and the third. I'm telling you, but there is higher and you asked for it. You said yes. You cried and said you wanted more, but you just didn't know what it was going to take. You didn't know what really came with that, but you did ask. In your mind, you said it, you showed it, you've been begging for it. So divine is like, all right, I'm about to move you up out of here. You're not being punished. This is not a punishment, baby. This is an honor. This is being called to duty, and it's an honor. You're going to learn so much. You're going to, man, it's like over with you in the, I guess I should be doing this, or I guess I should be doing that. I don't know. I just like, I'm feel even being guided and like, I guess this is right. I mean, I feel it, but I don't know. No, none of that. We are done with that because you're going to intentionally step on up into it. You're going to do it intentionally. You're going to make that recording to yourself, and you're going to play that after you do your meditation in the morning, and you allow yourself to sit quiet even in the midst of the cloudiness that you may feel. You're going to allow yourself to step up into it. You're going to allow yourself. And you're going to do it because you want to get in the game. You want to get in the game. You want to look. You're going to walk up into the stadium, the divine stadium, be like, I'm here, man. Okay, where is my jersey? That's what you're going to do. I have chills. That's what you're getting ready to do, baby. Abundance in every area of your life. Yeah, it's over. Listen, this right here, this was a flow, this song. My original piece is 10 minutes and 17 seconds. I opened my mouth and it was no breath. And I heard this. So you get ready to create something from something that wasn't even. It was never supposed to be like you. It was never even originally like that. Yin and yang. Yeah. Feminine and masculine. Above and below. Yeah. You gotta take this leap. You gotta take the leap. You gotta take the leap. Do you know where you're going to? Miss. Okay. I think that's it, guys. I think that is, listen, congratulations on choosing to be guided. Congratulations on choosing yourself. Choosing to be guided is choosing yourself. Choosing to be guided is like walking into the stadium, divine stadium, with your backpack, ready for training, stepping on up into it. That's what this is. Like, that's what you're doing. because the game is the old you over. It's over. We got to look up the number 11. Some of you already know what it is, but it's relevant in this situation, in this message here. Yeah. The map symbolizing intuition, spiritual awakening, and alignment with your higher purpose. So, yeah, you're stepping up into your new. And I love you guys. I love this for you. Your higher consciousness, you're stepping up, and it's getting ready to happen fast. And you may be going into a very private space. That bondage, feeling trapped in your mind because you don't know. There's this level of confusion in your mind. It's over. It's over. I want you to know that it's over. I want you to go make that recording. Make that recording for yourself. Make that recording for yourself. Because this is your time, baby. And I'm so proud of you. I choose to be guided. Oh, I love you guys. Don't forget to visit me online, drprincess-Odilia.com. And also, don't forget, Convos with God, Make It Make Sense, Please, is available. I will be we'll be posting the seminars, and also the global transformation tour world will be this November. It'll be a virtual experience and local in places all around the world. I love you guys so much. I love you so much. You got this. I love you. Thank you for being here. Mwah. I love you. Still, yeah, the same. To her, to her, got her in the palm of my hand. Standing on her. Ways I never know. Hello. I don't know what's been going on. One day he was here and now he's gone. It faded out altogether. It was summertime. It was hot and heavy. The weather's running down on me. What I feel is it real? What I feel is it real? Conversation so long and effortless. It didn't take much. The chemistry was there. Wait a minute, hold on. This doesn't add up. They said it wasn't possible, but you and other people said it was summertime, hot and heavy. It brought tears to my eyes, baby. So good.